Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Retro Game Show here on Boss Rush Games. I am Corey Dierig, and alongside me, as always, is that Retro Code, Eddie V.
Hello, everybody.
Ed, we're continuing our trek through Super Metroid. Yay, clapping.
Yay.
We are approaching the Ridley fight. How do you feel? How do you feel about that? You feeling good?
I'm feeling super good. Getting just prepared for this fight. Hopefully, I'm ready for it.
Is this the boss room? Is this it?
Oh. No, it's
Oh, it's just a dark room. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ed, we had some interesting conversations in the last episode, specifically about, not only, the resurgence of Resident Evil and Final Fantasy VII as remakes, but also, those genres in general.
Yes.
And the importance of playing the original versions before you play the remakes, if you want to get the most out of them. I think I want to ask you, what is the one game that you want to see remade, like a classic game like that maybe didn't get its due, or maybe just didn't age well, or maybe was important at the time but isn't considered something now? I mean, I think it's easy to point at, like, oh, I would love to see the original Legend of Zelda remade in modern graphics and whatever, but I also just want to know, what kind of, game you would want to see remade.
So this is going to shock lots of people. There was a fighting game called Eternal Champions for the Sega Dreamcast. For the Sega Genesis. And I remember playing this game. Like, I literally rented and played this game. Just like, this is a Sega first party fighting game. And like, this is kind of cool. It had like fatalities and background fatalities. And then I think they did a sequel for the Sega CD, but it was just like it was kind of just interesting. There's a podcast called "How Did This Get Played," and it literally talks about it literally talks about it literally talks to the art director who made that game, and he tells stories of how that game came all about. And I'm just like, oh, cool. I'm like, I remember this game because I rented it and I played it, and kind of with Sega went from Eternal Champions to Virtual Fighter, and it's weird to see that that they would go to something like that.
What if the next Virtual Fighter had Eternal Champions characters in it?
I would be here.
Or what if they just called it Virtual Fighter : Eternal Champions?
I would be here for that.
I mean, I think that would be like an interesting and ideal way to reintroduce Eternal Champions while making sure, like, okay, well, this is our primary fighting franchise. Like, how do we, incorporate something that's lesser known, but we are still interested in doing something,
Yes.
I think that would be super interesting. But that's a cool answer.
Yeah, I was all about Eternal Champions. I just thought it was like so cool of a fighting game.
When you said Eternal Champions at first, I thought you were talking about Urban Champion.
Oh no!
For
No.
For like 3 seconds, I thought you were talking about Urban Champion, which I was like, why? I'm like, that is an Ed answer for sure.
That game I played And I'm like, what is this? But that's another game, Urban Champions to uh, Smash Brothers.
Hmm.
You know, uh, there was a light gun game. Sorry about talking about light gun games called Gangsta Town. Like I kind of would like to see some light gun games come back, like modernized. Just
How would you modernize a light gun game? I
um
mean, I'm just curious. Like, I think that's an interesting choice.
definitely online. That's one thing that's never been done with a lot of uh like a four-player online uh rail shooter in a sense, and then you get to select like like mix House of the Dead with Typing of the Dead. Like so, one person would have to do the shooting, another person would have to do the typing, and you guys like solve puzzles, and rescue humans and stuff like a mix of the dead or something like that, where they're shooting and the typing and um, even time crisis. Like someone controls the time, um, and someone does the shooting, and you just somehow work together online to get it done. Like, like some innovative ways. Like, um, I don't know, just like some of that stuff that happened.
Interesting.
Cause I'm like, oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
No, I'm like, cause why not? I'm like, online is more available and it works pretty good for the time being. So why not try to do like a game?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, that could be interesting. I remember when light gun games came back for a hot second on the Wii.
Oh yes,
Gosh, that
House,
was like, remember
House
that?
of the Dead, Overkill.
Remember the bad Resident Evil light gun game that they made that was literally just the first game as a light gun game?
Yes, I have that game,
Oh,
and I love it.
of course you do.
Even though I didn't beat it all the way, I think I got like uh, to like the first section of it, and I'm just like, okay, I understand what this is. Bye. And go to the day.
Man. So for me, I've actually been thinking while you're talking, and like, there's a lot of PlayStation era games that probably deserve remakes. Like Metal Gear Solid 1, I know is one that's been rumored for such a long time. You know, the Resident Evil games have been remade, Final Fantasy 7, and you know, I'm assuming 8 and 9 will eventually get that same treatment at some point. I think 9 will get it over 8 at some point, though. But for me, I think the game that I would like to see remade in the modern versions of these games would be the first Tomb Raider game.
I can see that.
Like if you could like reimagine that game as a in the vein of the reboot series,
Yeah.
like, and just made maybe that original trilogy or something. I think that would be really cool to like modernize that, and like it's almost like what they did with James Bond, almost, where like you take the cheesy factor out of it, you take the, you know, the pyramid boobs as people were calling them back then, and like I mean, you just take all that out of it, right, and like make a compelling, cool story of her and of Lara in her prime, and like, you know, really
Right.
play up that Indiana Jones / James Bond aspect of her, you know. I think it'd be really cool. I think it would be awesome to see that.
Because the original Tomb Raider was like, some of that stuff was like really hard to tell, like where you was going and where
Yeah,
to
you
jump
had to
and
like
stuff.
literally line up your jump, and if you didn't do it, you know, if you were like a millimeter off, you would just jump off the edge. You know?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So I think that would be really cool. You know, I like third person action games like that. I love the Tomb Raider reboot series. I know people don't really care for Shadow the Tomb Raider. I actually really like it because I think it does. It's a blend of Rise of the Tomb Raider, which I like a lot.
Yes.
I think it's a little bit too big, but it mashes what Rise of the Tomb Raider did so well with the original reboot game, which was a little small. And like I don't know. I love Shadow. I think Shadow's awesome. So, but yeah, I think I would like to see that. I mean, there's a lot of games that I think should be remade, though. You know, or could and do well. Not every game needs a remake, though. Ed keeps dropping his microphone, everybody. It's fine.
Sorry, I tried to cut.
Now you're just really quiet. He keeps dropping it. There it goes again.
Hello. Hi, you ready?
There he is. Hi, Ed. But not every game needs a remake. I think, you know, some games should just stay where they are, you know, but the games I think don't need remakes did very well. So like Crash should just stayed away, and you got one. You got a remake.
Do you know about Crash?
Two of them,
Crash.
actually. If you include Crash Team Racing.
Yes. Crash on the HUD. I think the thing with Crash with me is that it really did good in Europe than here in America, and I think the same thing applies to like Spyro.
Yeah. I think Spyro is way better than Crash, though.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Now, between the original games, though.
No, I just meant the remasters.
Oh yeah.
Or remakes. I don't know which one. I know. I don't know if you would consider the Spyro and Crash remakes. I think you would call them remasters, right? Because it's basically the same game. I don't know. Like, Resident Evil 2 is very clearly a remake, right?
Yes.
Link's Awakening is very clearly a remake. Final Fantasy 7 is very clearly a remake. But there's some games that just cross that very kind of like Okami HD is a remaster, right?
Yes.
So I don't know. There's some games that kind of walk that line very finely. Like I think Shadow of the Colossus for PS4 is a game that does that. Just walks that line finely. Although I would push that more towards a remake than a remaster.
Remake. Yeah. Because graphically everything is impressive.
Yeah.
With that.
Yeah, but the gameplay is relatively unchanged, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's cleaner and it feels better, but it's relatively, you know. I don't know. I just think that, man, I would like to. There's so many games I would love to see remade. Like, even if it's just like an HD remaster or stuff. Like I love the way that Wind Waker HD looks and feels, right? And I wish they would do that with every Zelda game, where they would just like make it look cleaner and make it HDify it and clean up the textures and make it just play really well. A lot of people think that Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask are going to be remade at some point. I mean, I know we just got the 3DS versions, but I don't know. I wouldn't mind just an HD port of those games, to be perfectly honest with you.
Like for Zelda, the remakes and the HD releases, like I know a lot of people said where it don't look like they really did anything Like, do you compare this to the GameCube to now? Like,
Yeah,
you can
like
see
if
it,
you
like you
compare
could,
screenshots, like Wind Waker at the time was a great looking game, but if you compare the HD version to the GameCube version, it's like, oh boy, they sure did a lot to this game. Like they did a ton
yes.
of work to Wind Waker.
And like I said, that was a lot of first people kids Zelda game, and like, and we talk about Zelda a lot. I know everybody. Sorry about that. But the thing with Zelda is that, like, I really don't know how many series you could go back to be ready for a new game. You know what I mean? Like, unless you, like, how many people really went back to uh Final Fantasy VII, the original, before the remake came? You know,
Yeah,
not many people.
yeah. I mean, I think people who were reviewing it did. Like, I think a lot of people seem to do that, reviewing it, and I think people who want to kind of experience the story and see the changes did that. But like, I don't think very many people did. Like, as much as I want to, I don't think I will. You know,
Hmm.
like I think I should, and I might. Like, we talked a little bit about it the last episode, but like I might, but I realistically, do I think I am? No. So I don't know. I just never liked Final Fantasy VII playing it, but also I think that's because I played 8, 9, and 10 before I played 7, which, I mean, obviously that's not the order you want to play them in if you're looking from a historical perspective.
Right.
So I don't know.
And I think, like, for you, like, I want to play Final Fantasy VII along with you, because
Like the remake or the original?
any both, definitely the more of the original than the remake, because I I think we could have a deeper talk about, like, themes in RPGs during that time.
Yeah.
You know how it's kind of like how you go from Chrono Trigger to um Final Fantasy VII, like, kind of a little bit, yes, the evolution of role playing games, if you want to look at it that way.
That reminds me about our conversation with the bouncer and talking about Final Fantasy VII. Well, if you guys are watching this out of order, you should go back to the last episode that we recorded. We were talking about the bouncer for longer than anybody really needs to talk about the bouncer, and yet here we are again talking about the bouncer. But the villain in the bouncer looks like a Craigslist version of Sephiroth in all the wrong ways.
Wow.
It's like the eBay. When you get it, it says slightly used, and then you get it, it's like trashed. That's the villain in the bouncer. Anyways, I don't know. I think certain games would benefit from remakes, but also I think some remakes they're just trying too hard, you know. And I'm not trying to take anything away from like did we really need a remake of SpongeBob? That SpongeBob Rehydrated edition or whatever that's coming out in a couple weeks. Like, did we really need that? I don't think so. Is anybody asking for that? I mean, I know SpongeBob's a big property, and maybe that's like a bad, kind of argument, because licensed products are always going to be remade and remastered and whatever. But I don't know, man. I think if you could just give me like an HD GameCube and have all those games remastered and look pretty and look like Wind Waker, I would be like the happiest person on the planet. That's just me, though.
have to be with everybody on channel.
But also, if you were to ask me what my favorite Nintendo lineup is of games that I would love to, like, if I could only have one console, it would probably be the Wii U, to be honest with you. Like, in terms of my favorite games, like, lineup of games on a console. It'd either be it would either be Wii U or GameCube, because, like, people are gonna laugh at me, but the Wii U has my 3 favorite Zelda games on it. Has, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and Breath of the Wild. Has my favorite, 3D Mario and Mario 3D World. It has an awesome 2D Mario game in New Super Mario Bros. U. Has a Pikmin game on it. Has a Star Fox game on it. Has the best Xenoblade game on it. Has a great Yoshi game on it. Has Tokyo Mirage Sessions on it. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Has my favorite Batman game on it. Has my favorite Assassin's Creed game on it. Just saying. Captain Toad, Donkey Kong. I can keep going if you want. Epic Mickey 2, which is an amazing game. I think it's amazing. So, just saying. I really like the Wii U. Has its problems,
yeah,
for sure. But has a really bad Mario Party game and a bad Mario Tennis game on it, though. So loses points for me there.
I don't think so.
Dude, Mario Party 10 is awful.
Well, probably because I didn't play it. So.
Okay, to be fair, Mario Tennis Ultra Smash isn't an awful game. It's just a very, very basic game.
You know what the real bunker game is? That's just so like crazy. Super Mario Baseball.
Oh, Super Sluggers?
Yeah. That thing.
Where's my Mario Soccer game, by the way, on Switch? Everybody thinks we're gonna get a Mario sports game this year, and like maybe the Tokyo Olympics game is that game. But like, I keep saying I think we're gonna get Mario Golf this year. I think soccer is like a real possibility too.
I want that volleyball game that got that.
Oh, the volleyball wrestling game that was rumored or was in active development at one point. Yeah, for people who don't know, there was a Mario sports game. While Ed stands here and shoots this bug over and over again to get energy, there was a Mario sports game in development where it mixed wrestling and volleyball.
And it was quite amazing to hear that. I'm a big volleyball fan because I used to play it in high school.
I also did.
Dude, I really wish I seen more of the. I think that would be the only thing I watch on ESPN.
Well, nobody's watching anything on ESPN now.
Much.
Reminds me, I wonder if the Browns picked anybody good in the 3rd round. Excuse me, everybody. I yawned.
Yeah, what is going on with the draft? I know they've been. I guess they're still doing it.
Everybody's doing it. I mean, they're just drafting remotely instead of going to New York. So, I mean, which is fine. I don't really think people. I think a lot of people are going to realize that they don't need to spend a lot of money to make big productions out of things during this Corona stuff.
Well, yeah, but I think the thing about it is that when it comes to the draft, depending on what city is going to be in, that's a money maker for them. Cause
I mean, it's always in New York. It's always at Radio City Music Hall
for the NFL draft.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
NBA is the one that's everywhere else, right?
I don't really pay attention to the NBA draft, to be honest with you, because like 90% of the players that get drafted will never even be in the league. So I mean, if you're not drafted in the top 5 in the NBA, you might as well just like, it's coming. Sorry, I'm just really tired. It's been a long week at work, plus like, you know, trying to work on stuff. It's just, I don't know. But anyways, I think there's talk of moving the draft to Las Vegas next year, because Las Vegas is actually going to have a team next year. The Raiders are moving to Las Vegas.
But they are.
Yeah, so, which is a terrible idea to have professional athletes in Las Vegas. I'm just saying. There's so many horror stories of athletes losing all their money and stuff, and to have them in a city that promotes gambling is like, maybe not the best place to.
Yeah, we say the same thing for it kind of almost the same thing for Dallas, in a sense.
Yeah. Speaking of sports, though, did you see that Michael Jordan documentary is finally coming out? The Last Dance.
Yeah, I heard people saw it and they were just like, wow. It was just like, there was a lot of stuff that went wrong with that thing.
Yeah.
While he was on the Bulls.
Yeah. I mean, any all the stuff that's coming out about it, like, I haven't seen it, but like all the stuff I'm hearing, like, doesn't surprise me, you know? Like, it just doesn't. Yeah, don't die. You can't die. Did you do it?
Yep.
Bad.
Ooh.
Dude, that was so close. That was so close.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Uh-oh. I'm, trying to be quiet because everybody's asleep now. Just really trying to be quiet.
One second. I'm going to.
Oh, look at you. Look at you saving in the save spots.
Praise Jesus.
Can I get an amen now?
Amen.
Oh, man. I can't wait to eat pizza tomorrow.
Yes.
And JoJo's and wings and chicken.
What you guys are ordering?
Yeah, well, my nephew turned 7 this week, and
Oh, the party.
yeah, he got a Nintendo Switch and Mario Kart and Minecraft, and he has no idea about the party tomorrow. So,
Ah.
Derek, if you're
What time is
watching,
the-
happy birthday, and your party will have already happened, but
What time is the party?
like 4. It's not really a party, they're just coming over to eat and hang out and I don't know, do something.
So many people are just there wanting to do that. I know people be like, social distancing. I'm like, look, it's a birthday party with among family. It's something that everybody needs at this time. You know.
Yeah.
So you got the Switch, you got the games, you're good to go.
Yes, the Switch is great. I feel like we've been shooting this bug for like 20 minutes. So what's the goal now? Where are we headed now?
We could, the goal now is to get to a save point. So Uh, because everybody, we are. I'm gonna do another save point right here. I'm gonna overwrite it so I can have, because I didn't really have that much energy. So we are going to Mother Brain. So we actually can finish the game in the state that I'm in. I'm not so much worried about getting other things for it. Like
It's Mother Brain hard.
well, it's, I won't say. You will have to. You guys will just have to witness it. This is probably out of a list of most cinematic things in the game. This is probably number one after Ninja Gaiden on any. Yeah, you have to. You literally have to watch it because you have you ever you've never beaten a Super Metroid, right? Okay. So this would be like literally your first time. Everything you're seeing is your first time. Okay. So yeah, I just can't say anything. You just gotta have to watch. So
I'm kind of worried about your energy.
I'm good. I saved it. A lot of that I'll get back. And there are some. Yeah. Everything is kind of going according to plan.
Everything is going according to plan, everybody, he says. Just gonna keep clapping.
And the only reason why I say that is because I gotta get back to close to where my ship was at. There is I think we got to, like, you see that area where it's all 4 main bosses of the zone. And they're colored, and that is the entrance to Mother Brain, and then it goes from there. That's kind of much all I really want to say, and then just gotta go through it. You have to forgive me, I'm playing with the analog and not the D-pad.
Did you ever get one of those 8-bit DOE controllers? Have you ever used one of those on this?
No, I did it.
I feel like that NES one would be alright. Or the Super Nintendo one would be alright. The one that looks like the Super Nintendo one, but has the analog sticks.
Probably so.
I feel like it would be alright if you're playing like the Nintendo Switch Online stuff. I almost said the Virtual Console stuff. Virtual Console doesn't exist anymore. I wonder if we're gonna get another set of like console on here, like a Game Boy or N64 or something. I would like to, I don't know if we will, but I would like to see an N64 Virtual Console on here at some point. Or
Yeah,
Nintendo 64 Online, whatever you want to call it.
yeah, I can see that happening. Um, N64 though might be hard because
Yeah,
it's a very
well, I think that's why they keep doing this the Super Nintendo and NES and stuff is because like
mhm.
that's like way easier to emulate than something like N64 or GameCube, which is why I think we're going to see Game Boy and Game Boy Color next. It'll probably be just like Game Boy Color next, I'm sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised by 2040 if I'm still alive. Praise God. Um, we don't see like a Wii uh console, like a miniature console. I know there was an article. It was just like, what would Nintendo do without Shigeru Miyamoto?
Yeah, I
Just
saw
like,
that. Please don't put that on us right now. We already
no, I'm
lost.
not.
We already lost Iwata, and that's been, you know, I don't know. For people who
Like,
pay attention to Nintendo, I think that's been a lot harder on people than some people realize. You know.
I can actually. I think we talked. I think back on our old Power Block episode. I told you I went to Fridays and I drank.
Well,
I'm
we were in New York when it happened. I was at the Nintendo
yeah.
store when I found out, which was like, I mean, cool in a morbid way, I guess. But like, you know what I mean? Like that's like a cool memory that I have. That's like, I got to write in the remember Iwata memory book that was there, and you know we've had that conversation multiple times. Maybe we'll talk about it again at some point. But like it was a neat. I guess cool isn't the right word. It was a neat memory to have. You know, like
I I busted out in tears crying.
out of
Like,
all the places you could be.
well, because when I found it was a Sunday,
Yeah.
and I was gonna go to I was planning on going on Fridays with my friend, and he was gonna come pick me up. So we were planning on going there, and then I just seen it on Twitter, and I just bawled. Like I got in his car and literally cried my eyes out. Um, and I didn't get sloppy drunk or nothing, but I was just like, I'm having me a drink. And I had a good Long Island iced tea. All I know is, I came back.
Long Island iced tea. What are you? It's 50-year-old housewife.
I mean, it's not like I was shooting them back to
No,
back.
I'm just kidding. I just remember when I used to work at the restaurant, all the older ladies used to always go out for Long Island iced teas after work. It was just like just a thing. It was funny.
Wow. Yeah, I I had that, and then I had a Amarello, I think. It was some kind of drink that tasted just like a Twizzler, and I was just like, oh yeah, give me give me two glasses
Twizzler.
of that. Yeah, it had a taste of you eating a Twizzler. It was really good.
I like me some Twizzlers.
mm, Dude, I had some Tuesday, and then forgot that I left my bag at work. So Wednesday, when I went to work, I'm like, oh yeah, I still got my bag of Twizzlers. Don't nobody know about it. No, 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 no. uh, yeah, but me, I'm calling in to work if that happens. If it's a day that I have to be somewhere, I'm just like, I'm not in a good mental space right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad, but it's gonna happen at some point, you know. And
I'm not, but I'm yeah, I'm just not ready to have that.
no, I'm not. I'm not either.
You know, it's, but I mean, I wouldn't call in. Let me rephrase that. I wouldn't call in because I know if I'm the closing manager, then yes, I, I won't call in. But if there is another manager and that person is not there, Of course, I'll go in. But if the person is there and he's closing, he or she is closing, it's just like, yeah, I'm not in the right mental space coming to work right now. I'm like, I'll be there tomorrow. It's just at this moment of time, they'll be like, "What's wrong?" I was just like, a certain person passed away, and I'm just not ready. Let's see, Star. Is it?
Speaking of Miyamoto, where's Pikmin 4 at?
At E3's presentation in July.
Dude, that'd be awesome. Dude, Pikmin would be such a nice compliment to all those Mario games that are coming out. Not even kidding, man. That would be awesome. You get Pikmin, you know, 2 kind of Mario collection type things, and then a Paper Mario game. It would be such an awesome fall. I'm sure they'll try to work Pokemon in there somehow. Pokemon's good. Well, no, the Pokemon game already came out this year. It's called Mystery Dungeon, and nobody cares about it. So
I have that game, and
nobody cares about it. It's okay, you can say it, Ed. Nobody cares about Mystery Dungeon.
No, but I kind of do if Nintendo said Pikmin 1 to 3 collection available now digitally, and then gave a date for physical. Do you know I would double dip? I would literally just end up paying $120 because I'm just like, oh, so this is where it all happens. So if anybody's looking, you see the 4 bosses that I fought, and each of them, they were keys to get to Mother Brain.
Clapping for you. This is exciting. We're at the end.
And I didn't get not working to get all the energy tanks and stuff.
That's fine. We don't need all the energy tanks. It's fine. I think you got enough. I think you can do it.
I see you in the corner. But I'm going to save it here. Definitely.
It's probably smart.
Yeah, because we're going to get to the last portion of this game and get ready.
There's a Metroid there. Oh, there's another one. Go ahead, go. Oh, you have to fight them all?
Yeah.
Seems unnecessary.
I had to do it so I could get through the door.
So I guess it is necessary. Watch out for those flying SpaghettiOs.
All I can say is for those who one day I need to play the regular Metroid.
Maybe we can do it. Not after this though. We need something. What do we decide on? Mario 2?
Um,
After this? dying.
Yeah. Those was Super Mario Brothers 3. We could do 2. I have no problem doing 2.
Well, we can do 3. We can save 2 for later. I'm glad we got new episodes of the Retro Game Show going up again. I missed it. I miss doing stuff at night. Like this is kind of like a way I get to play games when
The way to beat the games without doing the work.
Oh yeah.
But you still have to do the work because it's just like, hey, we gotta discuss.
Yeah.
And once again, like, not me.
Man, I wish there was a way we could play Turtles in Time online together. And I'm sure there's like a really wonky back way to do it, but you know, like downloading ROMs and adding online stuff to the ROMs and stuff. But that's definitely a game we're playing when you come here, either later this year or next year or whatever. It's definitely something we're doing.
Are you looking at it, Corey?
What? Oh yeah, yeah. My brain totally just.
That's not one.
Oh no! Oh no! Wow, you're dying fast. You're dying fast.
Oh, it's meant to happen.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So guess who that is?
What, the mother brain?
No.
Oh, you?
No. That Metroid that was right there?
Yeah.
That was the Metroid that got stolen by Ridley.
Oh, from the first game.
No, from the beginning of this game.
The beginning of this game. You're right. I was like, sorry, I was.
Yes. So.
Ridley.
So it kind of recognized who you were.
Yeah.
So it stole that energy. Thought it was an enemy, but kind of ended up recognized like, oh, this is my mom. And those who don't know, this is how Metroid Fusion ends up playing a part in this game.
Yeah. So Metroid Fusion takes place after this, right?
Yes.
Because it's Metroid 2, Super Metroid, and Metroid Fusion. And then where does Zero Mission take place? In between?
Zero Mission is the remake of
one. With
one.
With what, an extra ending? Like extra
Yes.
setup? Okay. So it takes place between. It's like 1.5, I would say.
Well, it's the
I've never played I've never played Metroid Fusion, which is crazy because I love the original Metroid game. Man, that brain is all kinds of matrixed out. That was my explosion sound effect. So this is gonna grow into like a room-sized boss.
Yes. everybody. Just sit back and relax. I got this.
It's a crazy looking boss. It's like a robot dinosaur type thing.
But this is Super Metroid.
There's a lot of super going on in the Super Nintendo era.
That was the vibe.
I really like how at the beginning though, like in the before you start the game, it says Metroid 3 instead of Super Metroid. Like, I like that. I think it's fun. And are you dying? You're not supposed to die.
You see?
Oh. Snap. This is awesome. The Metroid is literally eating Mother Brain. And it's saving you.
Would he kill Mother Brain? So can anyone? So you seen this if you played a certain game?
What other M?
Yep.
Because they remake this in Metroid Other M. This sequence.
Let's see. Yeah.
I liked Other M.
Oh, I did too. I gave him I think it's 2010. My game of the year. Yeah.
You got some powerful lasers there. That's awesome. That's so cool. This sequence right here makes me want to play this game like by myself at some point. That was cool. That was really cool. Escape, Ed. You gotta escape. What if you don't escape in time?
You die.
Oh, that's not fun. Ed, do you know where you're going?
I don't know how I played this.
Yay. Go. Go ahead, go. You can do it. I believe in you. I feel like we need some Eye of the Tiger going on right now, or some hype song from like 70s or 80s.
What if it's like go ninja, go ninja, go? Be like, wrong game.
Yeah. No, we only play that song when we beat Turtles in Time. almost there, Ed. You're almost there. So isn't there like a thing if you beat this in under like 3 hours or something, you get a special ending or something?
You get a special pose.
Do do do. Good job, Ed. You made it. Ed, I'm very proud of you. You beat Super Metroid. Yay. All those rotating flat textures.
Yeah.
Oh, the whole planet explodes. Interesting. Well, I want to thank everybody for watching this edition of the Retro Game Show here on Boss Rush Games. Ed, the operation was completed successfully. How do you feel?
2 hours and 47 seconds. I feel amazing. I'm super happy that we got to beat it. I really enjoyed the conversations that we had. Ooh, if I literally played this game straight, it would be 8 to 9 hours. With some breaks here and there. But I'm surprised that the game recognized it for like beat it in 3 hours and 47 seconds or 47 minutes.
Well, I mean, I think this is only 6 episodes, and the first, like, they are all between 30 and 40 minutes, except for this last one, these last couple. So,
yeah. And then it'll show at the end, it'll show at the end what my reward would be. So I think if you do beat it under 3 hours, you get Samus in her bodysuit. No, you get Samus in her bikini.
oh,
Or maybe her bodysuit. I think it's her bodysuit, because the second one is her in the suit, but you see her face, and then the third one, you're in the suit. So pretty much you can't die. You can't really, if you know where everything is at and you can get it on one try, you could do that. You really got to try to beat the bosses quickly. If you could do that, that's pretty much how I got it under 3 hours after I beat the game before, because I knew what I needed to do.
yeah.
I think the only one that took me a bit was Ridley. He was the only one that took me a while, but out of everything, I did get that ending. So,
Man, what a night! What a night, Ed.
yes.
Thank you guys for watching the Boss Rush Retro Game Show here on Boss Rush Games. Our next game will be Super Mario Bros. 3. Ed and I will be co-oping that together. I will not just be watching him and, telling him how cool he is for playing retro games. So, I think Super Metroid is a classic. You guys should check it out. If you haven't already, check out our our retro game show on A Link to the Past. We had some really good conversations there as well. And stay tuned for Super Mario Bros. 3. Download Nintendo Power Block Podcast, our Nintendo podcast, and our family of podcasts at Boss Rush Games. I want to thank everybody so much for watching. And until next time, we love you.
Bye, everybody.